I was having a conversation with some people via a Facebook forum page here locally that does, you know, all kinds of stuff. They're a gun page, as it were. They, you know, people talk about their new purchases. They talk about, oh, go get ammo here, go get ammo there. They do buying and selling and trading of firearms. So I pop in and just checking it out, and I see that there is a posting that has been up for about 12 to 16 hours that has 36 replies to it. So I read the post, and I see it says, hey, I'm 20 years old. I'm looking for a handgun. I've got $450. I'd like to get something fairly nice, something dependable and reliable. I don't want something cheap. Hey, does anybody out there have anything for sale? Now, by this point, I think it had about 36 replies. And every single one of the replies to this post was just pounding on this guy, just berating him over and over and over again, basically saying that because he didn't want to wait a few more months until he was 21 to go buy a gun from a federally regulated licensed dealer, that way, that he must be a criminal, that he must be looking to buy a gun to go commit a crime, to go rob a liquor store, to go rob a convenience store. I mean, these are actual posts that people were putting up on Facebook in response to somebody who was looking to buy a firearm. Now keep in mind, in Texas and in most places across the country, it's completely 100% legal to buy a handgun when you're 18 years old. You just cannot go buy from a federally regulated dealer. You can buy from an individual or a family member or a friend or whatever. I bought my first handgun when I was 18 years old. I bought it from a friend of my uncle's. Completely 100% legal. There's nothing illegal or immoral about what this guy wanted to do. And as most of us can attest, there's been many times where we've just decided, especially as newer gun owners, when we were younger, I want a gun right now. I've certainly done it many times, well before I was the age of 21, and I'm sure most of us out there have. So this really bothered me because what I saw in this was a great deal of hypocrisy when it comes to being a gun owner. What these guys were doing was basically the same thing that the anti-gunners do to us all the time. Every time we want to buy an AR-15 or an AK-47 or a 30-round mag, assuming that we must want it for some sort of criminal intent, even though there's nothing legally or morally wrong with what we're wanting to do. We just want to enjoy our Second Amendment rights. And that's the same thing this guy was doing. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say I know with 100% certainty that this guy is not now, nor will he ever be a criminal. I don't know. But I know that there was absolutely nothing suspect about what he was asking. Nothing wrong with it whatsoever. And the reason I'm putting this video up is because I think if I can see in a 12-hour period of time 36 responses from different people, 36 different people, responding to this guy in that way and being that hypocritical to somebody who is obviously a new gun owner, then obviously there's a lot more people out there just like it, probably all over the country, and we need to remind ourselves to not be that way, to not treat other gun owners, especially newer gun owners, who are very easily influenced by the actions of experienced gun owners. We need to not treat them in this hypocritical way that the anti-gunners treat the rest of us. It's very important. I mean, you know, it got to the point that even when I reminded people, you know, why this was a very hypocritical thing to do to this guy, people still didn't get it. They didn't understand. They still said, well, it doesn't matter. He's still too young. He shouldn't have a gun. He should wait a few more months and get it through an FFL. Just very ridiculous behavior, in my opinion, on the part of gun owners, and something that I think we need to keep ourselves in check to prevent ourselves from acting this way towards other gun owners. Like I said, especially newer gun owners who are going to be influenced by our actions and our attitudes towards them. We don't want to push away new gun owners. We don't want to be assholes to them. It's very important that we keep ourselves in check and keep this type of thing from happening and try to properly encourage and nurture new gun owners, especially younger gun owners, in the correct way to act, to respond, to treat people. It's a very important thing, and one that I'm very adamant about. So really that's it, guys. You know, let's try and keep ourselves in check. Let's try and keep a good positive attitude towards newer gun owners, towards younger gun owners, and let's not be hypocritical and treat everyone who wants a gun like they're a criminal.